This is from the Digital Wisdom Corner, that pocket, and I added this also from his, and this beautiful card. I purchased like 3 or 4 of his packets, so not everything comes in the same packet. So I put this in here, and then I put this in here. I am going to only glue the bottom part and leave all, let's see, up to here. Now let's glue. There seems to be, yeah, perfect. Now this, you add them as soon as this is completely dry. Okay, in here what I did was, I glued some lace, and I put the card, and look how beautiful this paper is, this handmade paper. I believe it is from Amazon, and it has blue, purplish, but blue flowers, petals. Okay, we are gonna glue in here the fabric. Cut it already, so that we can put it here. If it goes over, whatever it goes over, I'm going to put it on the following page. Let's glue the other side. Okay, let's let this dry. Let's let this dry, and we're gonna go to the next project. So we're gonna do another one in here. This, what I did in here, is a regular paper, and this is from Scrapbooking with Me, and I folded at let's see, three-eighths in there, well, where there is the stitching, and then on the other side, because it did have a line, I folded it at 1/4. So 1/4 and 3/8. So what I did was, I folded first the 3/8 on that area where the stitching is, and I'm going to glue that section. I did it this way because I want the specific measurements. I'm gonna show you in a second. So let's put this in here. I'm gonna glue both of those sides. If it's not perfect, that's all right. This is handmade. It doesn't have to be perfect. Well, it was best before, but I don't know why I did that. That's all right, because that's going to be underneath. This in here, in this journal, and it's going to be like this. It's going to be like you open it. And this is a pocket. I have not put anything yet in there, but it's a pocket. It's a skinny pocket. It's not too big, but something is going to fit in there. I want to put something Since I put this yellow rose in here and this yellow in here, I want to put something with yellow in there. So that's what I'm showing you how to do. So this is 3.5, folded in there at 3.5. And after you fold that at 3.5, you fold this back like this. And then this is the part that is going to have this. And you can ink all you want this. Make sure it is folded correctly. You can make adjustments on the folding if you need to. Then we're gonna put a thumb notch that I created with the thumb notch punch that I showed you in a previous video. For reasons of time, we're not gonna show you again, but this is what I'm gonna glue. Try not to show you the same thing so that we can make the video shorter. So we're gonna glue it in here up to the lines that this has. That's the way we do it. Look how pretty. I'm gonna put this stamp in here. I wanted more decoration, so I don't know. I wanted to repeat the yellow and the rose. I didn't want to put blue because it's too monotonous to have so much blue. So I wanted to have a tiny bit of extra color, and the reason was because of the, I'll show you in a second. Let me put this in here. The reason why I decided on that yellow was because this has yellow, it has blue and yellow. So I wanted to repeat the yellow from there. And then in here also, I couldn't find a light yellow, so that cream color was perfect. So let's put the glue, let's put the lace. Okay, so we have the lace in there. Let's let that dry, and we can finish with the other one. I'm gonna clean a tiny bit my table. Let's see, this is gonna be glued like a pocket in here. Okay, so let's put the glue. Since that this page was a tiny bit larger than this, a tiny bit, I'm not gonna worry about that. So this is how it's gonna open. So okay, this is dry, so now we put this in here. Oh, I think I cut that section. I forgot to cut it, and I think I cut it. So let's cut it. Sorry. Forgot what I have done. That's it. Not hand done. Let's find a pencil, or you can use these. Put a tiny bit of colored pencil in there. I think that looks better than with this white thing, so I cut that in there. Oof. So I put the letter in there, and this album, I wanted it to be like French blue, and I wanted it to have cream, and it has some tones of browns and orange and some pink, but mainly is blue and cream, and it has birds. It has lots of lace, envelopes, cards, like teacups and letters and envelopes and garden items. So that was the theme that I was trying to portray, and that's what I used. Several different details that I found. So look at that, it's so pretty. That's also from the Digital Wisdom corner. Put this in here. This one goes back. This is the front of the journal. Goes back in there. Let's see what else we can do in here. Oh, and this is glue now. I think that this is glue. I mean dry. It's glue, but is it dry? I believe so. The card is gonna go in here. If I leave space for the card, I probably didn't. Just have to open it a tiny bit. We're gonna open it a tiny bit. But it's better if it's snuggled, because mine keeps falling. Yeah, that's fixing there, but I'm not gonna put it. I don't want it to glue there. So, but I'm gonna leave it outside for just a second. And this part is gonna go in the back of there. So I'm gonna wait until that. Maybe we can do that. So the next part is in here. Look how pretty. However, we're gonna do that with these, and we're gonna put that nest, and we're gonna put this in here. And this is for my purse print. And what we're gonna do in here is we're gonna round the corners and put the lace. Let's do that. You can start doing that. So this lace, I think is from Amazon. It has a tape, so you don't have to glue it with the glue. It already comes with glue. Oh, didn't put it straight. Oh, it's super sticky. Okay, don't try to remove it. It's super sticky. Super sticky. So make sure you put exactly where you want it. You won't be able to remove it. Okay, so let's cut this. Let's round the corners with my corner rounder. And you're supposed to use it like this. Okay, and then I have a blue color, stormy sky. Stormy sky. Okay. Then we're gonna find the page, which is this one on the back. And we're gonna glue it here. Now you can glue with glue because there's something in there. Okay, so you can glue it with glue, and it's a pocket, so 3 sides. So I did not put it completely to the side because I have something that I want in there. I want to put that beautiful nest that comes with the packet from Digital Wisdom Corner. You know, I am promoting that person so much because he was super nice. It is a tiny bit crooked, but that's all right. He helped me. He created another a kit for me because I wanted a kit with more envelopes and more of the letters. And the last, probably if you check this video, is probably the last digital that he added, the new one. It was as for my request, and that was so nice. He was such a nice person. So let's bring them. This is what this looks like. The thing is, I added color pencils, of course. I added color pencils, and I'm gonna bring the color pencils that I need. Okay, so these are the pencils that I was using, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna glue this in here, and then we're gonna put some more color pencil. And I also added a button, a blue button, because I think it looks pretty, because in birds, they like to put things in their nest that they find, like twigs, and sometimes they add other objects. I'm gonna show you the nest. Super pretty. And we want to put it around there. And the reason why it doesn't look like that is because I added colored pencils. And then in here, since I was gonna put the bottom, I put a tiny bit darker in there. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a tiny bit darker in here, not too much. So that we can put the bottom in there. And I think I put it with fabric tack. That's probably too much. Come on. It's not exact color as the other one because I could not find two buttons that were the same. Oh, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Let that dry. And then you start playing with the color pencils. I'm gonna probably put some point and color pencils, in order to paint properly, they have to have very sharp points. So if you want to learn about painting with color pencils, go check out my other channel, Online Painting School. I have so many color pencil classes. Also on my store, tollbrush.com, they have so many color pencil classes you cannot imagine. Still lifes, fruits, flowers, so many. So let's put it on pause and sharpen my pencils. So this is the chocolate. If you decide to get color pencils, let's put a lot of these things in here, and let's put it outside of these too. I also put some gray color. Where did I put the gray? Some gray color. This is fresh gray 70%, which is a tiny bit on the warmer. It's a warm gray. I don't have a blue color, otherwise I will also use a blue color. I have to get my other color pencils, but for now, I'm just gonna use this gray color and put a tiny bit of tone on that white that we have around so that we can hide a tiny bit, all the white area. So start tinting your white. I don't know why that is not tinting in there. for some reason there's areas that doesn't want to get tint. I'm putting pressure now. I normally do not put pressure on my color pencils. You have to be very light pressure and circular motion. That's all we're doing in here. And then this tag that I have to put in there is from our Porsche print. So I purchased from them. Let me put this away and I'll show you. I purchased from them the illusion pockets, and this is one of them. If you want me to show you how I put this in there, let me know. And it's an illusion pocket. And this page that has the bucket had 3 tags, and this is one of them, and the one I put on that other page is the other one. So look how pretty. Now this I made using Canva. So I took a background blue color and I added two of the tag and the teacup from one of the packets that I purchased. And what I did was that I used clear the background, and I used to drop a shadow on Canva. So that's what I did there. And then I made it a pocket, and I put this. And this one is from Paper Snippets. And this page is also from Paper Snippets. So we can do that. What I did was put a notch in here. And the reason I put this in here, I'll show you, is because it's a picnic. I have teacups and I wanted to bring the teacup also in there. And so let's put that in there. We put a notch in here. Then you can put a tiny bit of the ink if you want. And put too much ink in. And I'm using scorched timber. I'm just putting it so that I cover the white of the pages. This is a very shabby journal. And this is the page from the Marjorie Bastin calendar. Yep. Try to put it at the top. Okay, so I may have not cut it correctly. Has a tiny white in there. I'm gonna use glue. Or you can bring your scissors also and cut it. Let me see. I don't cut too straight, so sometimes I don't do this because sometimes I get in trouble and cut more than what I need. That's the only reason why. That's it. That's all that you need to do. But you have to create this on Canva. The next one I also created on Canvas. And it's just because, well, the boy in this journal remind me so much of my son when he was younger. You can see pictures of him. I painted him sometimes. I believe in my Facebook group or in my website. but he reminded me so much of my boy. And I saw this bicycle in the digital wisdom corner, so I created this. Put the bicycle, I went on canvas, put some of the flowers, the bicycle, and I put a bird on the top. Again with canvas, using the details of this person. And this is from Paper Snippets. So what I did, I cut it on an Inket, but I'm gonna put a thumb notch at the top. It's a very hard paper. It's a super hard paper because I cut it at, what was the, I put it here. It is a 48 pound paper that I purchased on Amazon, Hewlett Packard. I did it so that I didn't have to back things because it's hard to back things. And then I'm gonna glue only the top part of the, and I don't know which one is the front and which one is the back, but I think it's like this. So I'm gonna put the I don't know if I should do the video long so that I can add all these, or should I cut it? I'm still thinking about it. So let's put only the top part, and then the bottom part will be on the rest of the page. It's going to be glued to the rest of the page. And I like to remove the excess glue with this. This is a baby wipe that is dry, so I can't keep it here, and so that we can glue this to the page. But before we do that, let's glue this in here. And I also didn't put it completely in the tag because I didn't want to cover too much of that ribbon that it has at the top. These are beautiful, beautiful pages. I hope you give some love to these designers, and if you want to tell them that I referred them to you, that would be great, but you don't have to. It seems that that corner has not glue. I'm removing any pointy things at the top. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry before I put it, but I'm gonna start gluing this to the page. So let's glue this beautiful bicycle, putting some glue on that lace. And the reason why I put that in there, I didn't want to damage my beautiful leaves. I'm funny that way. Now, I went extra and took my green pencil, color pencil, of course, of course, and drew some of the grass. This is celadon green. Okay, so let's do it with olive green. Okay, so that's all I did in here. And then when this is dry, you're gonna put it, I think it's dry. When I put it in here, and I put it so that we can see the boy. This next project is a belly band. And I have seen it in many places, so I don't remember who was the first one that did it. But we're gonna use the paper. Is gonna be 9. It's a cardstock too. 48 pounds. This I took from a composition notebook. I like to cut composition notebook. This one is from with hydrangeas and roses, and it's from Amazon. And I use the pages to put, like, the pages that were inside the other notebook that we did. I took them from the composition notebook, so I use everything. The cover, the back, for tags, for belly bands. Okay, so this one, see if I have one of the pages in here so I can show you. This is the front. And I think this is from the back. But this is going to be used too. Probably do a beautiful pocket with these on this journal. We can put a belly band that goes from here to here using this. So it's going to be used. Now what we're going to do, first cut it at 9 by 2.5, and it is 2.5 because we're going to use this sponge. Who made this? Well, you can find it in Amazon. It's a tack sponge. And then we are going to need tie-dye paper, which is folded. It's supposed to be 2.5, but you're gonna put that in a tiny bit, like 1/8 less, so that it fits inside of here, and it's not even more. I put it even more. You don't have it to put it as much as I did, but then you have to also cut a tiny bit from the 1/8 from the top. And then the way you fold it is in zigzag. Like you start folding and then see, like a zigzag. That's the way you're gonna fold it. And this is gonna be the back because we're gonna glue this in here. So then let's start by scoring 1/2 inch and the top and the bottom of this. I'm gonna try to go fast so that this video is not long. Half an inch on both sides. You're gonna lose a tiny bit of your rose. So now you're gonna cut it in the cutter, whatever you want, it doesn't matter. Let's see where I did it. I didn't want to lose too much of my dark, so I cut it in the light area. Like, I think it was like 3.5. Yes, let's cut it at 3.5. I don't see it now. Oh, here, there. I saw it now. Well, if you put it this way, and your cutter has 3.5, that's it. Now this is the top and bottom. You're going to take the top of these and put it in here, and the bottom of this one and put it in here, like this. Now I put some eyelets Okay guys, so my crocodile is malfunctioning, damaged all my paper and my damaged my papers like this, and damaged all the how do you call this that I was using. Anyway, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna wait until those brad that I told you comes, but in the meantime I'm gonna show you how to glue the paper. The paper is gonna be gluing here. I'm gonna put a crocodile, not a crocodile, a brad in here, and then this can be put in the brad. We'll need a longer of this cord, and I'm gonna put it around the brad, if you understand what I'm saying. But in the meantime, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glue this in here in case your crocodile is giving you trouble too and you want something different. And I'm gonna probably show you in the next video when I receive that how I did it. Like this, and then this other one is going to be glued like this, like this. So it is like this, and then if you don't want to put anything, you can just do it like this and make a bow in here. Next one I'm going to show you is a triple side pocket. Have 3. So I cut 3 pieces. They are all 8.5 inches tall, like my journal. Okay, the first one, the back one, is gonna be 4 inches. Then the next one 3, and the next one 2. So 4 by 8.5, 3 by 8.5, and 2 by 8.5. So you're gonna glue first the 3 over the 8.5, but before you do that, you are going to put them, the 3 of them together, and you are going to put a thumb notch. So let's ink them. So let's put first the medium size. Then put it correctly. So while it's still wet, rearrange it. Okay. There you go. Then the next one. So you can choose any papers and just make them different sizes like that. 4, 3, and 2. And now we're gonna glue it to the page. The page seems to be shorter than, yeah, this page seems to be shorter than mine, that. These dyed papers, sometimes they're shorter. So that's alright. Go take this and make it line. Let's leave this to dry, but the reason why we're putting this in here, these colors is because there's also some lavender in there. Look how pretty. Look how pretty is that. And this is from Digital Wisdom Corner. This is gonna be in here next to that. See how pretty? So this is another belly band that I did on Canva. I put those two things that were on the digitals, and I remove the background and I drop a shadow. If you don't have that, what you have to do, just cut the butterfly and that and glue it on the belly band. Okay, so let's do that. First of all, I have to check that this paper, I don't know why they're always smaller. So I'm gonna cut a tiny bit from the top. Let's make it straight. Probably not straight. Cut this by hand so they're not all straight. And still have some white showing. This is gonna go in this page. And this beautiful. Again, this is from Paper Snippets. And it's gonna go in here. This is the next one we're gonna do. Okay, let me show you. I'm gonna tell you the size. 5 inches by 3 1/4, 3 1/4 and 5 inches tall. And this one is 3 1/4 by 4. 4 inches by 3 1/4, 5 inches by 3 1/4. They both have to have the same width, but one is 1 inch taller than the other one because they're gonna be placed like this. The first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna put the lace at the top of this one, and then that in there, okay? So let's put this thing together. So the lace is gonna go all the way to here. Oopsie daisy. Okay, let's put the other one. And this teacup is from the guy Digital Wisdom Corner. Hope you guys go and purchase some items from him because he is a good person. Now I'm gonna cut this while the other one is drying. I don't throw those pieces of lace because I can put them in snippets or clusters or charms. Now I'm going to glue these like a pocket because these are gonna be, I don't have a card in here like I always do. That's this one. So there's a pocket in here and a pocket in here. Okay, I have not put anything yet, but there's 2 pockets. So let's glue this. Always put your fingers on the area that you're not gonna put the glue so that you know that's the area not to put the glue. So that is that. Now we have to also cut this other one. Look, I have backed this because it was in that page. I put some tag and I wanted the tags to have a beautiful backing. Because I try to put several things in my paper to print at the same time. This still needs a tiny bit in there. It's just gonna use this glue and that's it. Now this is gonna go in here. There's a line in there, so I'm gonna take advantage of that line to put it straight, but I wanna make sure that I leave space for my teacup. So I'm gonna put it in there. In the line. Is there something there? I think it's the, there's nothing, it's the shadow. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Now we have to put the teacup. And I'm gonna tell you, I did put this on a paper that has some color so that it was not white in there, the teacup. And I also, once I put this, I try to eliminate all the lines. So let me glue the teacup, and it's not gonna be a pocket because this teacup is not on a cardboard. It's not on cardboard paper. But you can make it a tuck if you want to. If you print it on cardboard, you can make this also a tuck in here, but not me. Let's put it on that same line. Now, I'm gonna take my colored pencils and color whatever white is left. I'm gonna take the gray color and color whatever if I find it. I have some areas of white still showing. I'm just gonna lightly put these on the areas of white that are showing. I think that is very pretty. And then you have to find what you're gonna put in there, but later on, when I finish this journal, I may do a flip through. If you guys want to tell me no, please comment on my video. That helps me a lot. And oops, there's a pocket here, and this is not a tuck. Okay, let's see what else we can do. But it smells, it's a tea dye paper. Look how pretty it is. And it smells so good. It smells delicious. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ink this, and it's gonna be a pocket because it is on cardstock. So I'm gonna put my hand on the top of and in here I'm gonna put a line because I'm not good at putting exactly the things where they have to be. So let's see what I wanted. I want it around here. And I'm gonna put a line. think that's gonna be fine. I'm gonna put a line so that it is straight. Oh, it didn't. It didn't. Put it again here. I hope this helps knowing what to do. Now I see it. Let's put the glue. Are you at the top? Yeah. This door is also on the Digital Wisdom corner. And the nest too. So now, this is a secret pocket. Let's see if I have something that will fit in there, in this secret pocket. Now this has to be something skinny. Something very skinny will fit in there. See, it's a pocket. So now, the next part will be to glue it top and bottom in here. Hopefully it's now the right size. Not yet. Okay, let me take a tiny bit more. Let me know what you think of this journal. If you like it.